to develop self-confidence. Nobody has everything. I don't have everything. But I have something that some of you don't have. So I'm going to celebrate what I have and uncelebrate what I do not have. But I'm not going to remain where I am. I will be improving myself on a daily basis. Am I talking to somebody? You are getting there. Tell your neighbor, see you at the top. You are not there yet, but you are getting there. Can I hear you say, I'm getting there? There were some of you who nearly didn't come to conference. Because some people came to do competition of earring. And competition of shoes. And competition of iPhone and U phone and B phone and X phone. And as far as I'm concerned, phone is for hello, hello. Simple and short. You are getting there. How do you handle the spirit of rejection? You have no apology to anybody for coming from the background you come from. And let no false prophet tell you that your father is a witch. False, hungry prophets. Who tells you that your father is a witch? Is your mother that is holding the... Your mother has tried. She carried you 9 months, she has tried. She put you in primary school and secondary school, she has tried. I went to teach in primary school in 1978 to pay my money to School of Basic Studies in Macaulay. I taught in primary school, earning 78 naira per month. That's how I paid my way. So if you have to pay your way, never you curse your father. They have tried. Then for one prophet to tell you your father is a witch, your mother, that prophet is looking for a false offering. My father didn't know how to speak English, but he told me, John, you will be a doctor. I turned out a doctor. He has done his part. To go to ABU 1980, when school fees was 90 naira per session, a whole session, 90 naira. But for the first year, 120 naira. It took 3 people to contribute 200 naira for me to be able to go to ABU. In November of 1980, 3 people. My uncle Achegulu, 70 naira. My father, it took 3 days to get 60 naira. 3 days, 60 naira. Then Baba S. Haruna completed it 200. I went to school, full registration, 8 food for 1 week. It remained transport money, so I had to return home. Medical school, first term, only 1 or 2 weeks. I couldn't stay because of poverty. Poverty is not good, though. Can you lift up your right hand and say, I hate poverty? There are many of you couldn't go further, not because you are not intelligent, but because of money. But if you took the first step, God will have helped you to take a second step. Unless you step out of your boat, you never know whether you can walk on water. Am I making a point to somebody? None of you after today must sit down and say, I'm not going because I have nobody to help me. No, you have somebody to help you. Help is on the way. 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 See you at the top. Mark was rejected. The same man who rejected him, when he was now made, I said, please send him. He is profitable. The evidence of Barnabas' ministry is all the writings of Paul. That is Barnabas' ministry. The book of Mark, that is Barnabas' ministry. The book of 1 Peter, Peter dictated it. John Mark wrote it with his finger. Peter wrote 2 Peter with his finger. Or 1 Peter, Peter dictated it. Mark wrote. That's the evidence of Barnabas' ministry. Some of you are called to raising people. Keep doing what you are doing. And stop struggling to be hard or sin. It's eternity that will determine and that will reveal the work you have done here. Eternity. Amen. And there's nobody that is made by one person. Everybody is made by several people. It's not even only your father and your mother. If you came from the village where we came from, once you are born, you are a community child. If you misbehave, whether your father is there or not, whether your mother is there, they will call you like that and bring hand on your buttock. Wham! That is why we are well disciplined. But the generation where nobody draws them and beat their buttock, they may say they behave anyhow. A child that is left to himself will spoil. Are we against anybody? No. Are we against anybody's television channel? No. But when we come to church, we must protect our church members and protect your mind and tell you, because the Bible talks about deceivers that have gone into this world, deceiving and being deceived. And the Bible calls them seducers, trying to make good bad and bad good. And when we come like this, we must warn everybody, because there is danger. Glory be to God. Tell your neighbor, see you at the top. Number one, write down. Your ultimate destiny is up there. Job 8:7. Though your beginning was small, your later day shall greatly what? Increase. Though thy beginning was small, yet thy later end shall greatly increase. Can I tell you something? Your destiny is already prophesied. No witch can stand in the way. The part of the judge is as a shining light that shines more and more, brighter and brighter unto a perfect day. Your future is already prophesied. You will emerge. So I'm teaching. When we have time, we prophesy. Even though we prophesy in the morning. Number 2. In between your rejection and the top, what do you do? When people reject you, what do? Do you get angry and protest and go and sit down and call them all manner of names? Look at Paul. Who does he think he is? He thinks he's the only man of God. He thinks he's the only... Shh, shut up. Some of those rejection is part of your training. It's part of your learning humility. Somebody invited me to preach, and then when I came there, he said, you know, your own area is angel, and this is eschatology. So I brought this man from that place. He will preach for 1 hour, you will preach for 10 minutes. God bless you, sir. The person preached for 1 hour, and then they gave me a microphone at the end. And in 10 minutes, I took the Bible from Genesis chapter 1, verse 1 to Revelation 22, the last verse. Everybody was standing. 10 minutes on the dot, I dropped the microphone. Then the person said, when did you learn this one? When? May you be a ready man and a ready woman. Then the person who spoke for 1 hour came to my hotel room and said, sir, I've told the man that I will not preach tomorrow. It's you that to preach tomorrow. Because I need what you are talking about. Offense has shut the door against many of you. Offense. A little thing you are offended. Was I offended? No. Suppose they didn't ask me to speak at all. I'll carry my motor and go back. It means God didn't want me to speak. Simple. So, in between your rejection and the top, what do you do? That's what I want to tell you. Because we are talking about emerge, isn't it? If you want, I can prophesy on you and get you standing for the next 3 hours. But I want to do line upon line, step upon step, and share my life with you. When you are rejected, what do you do? How do you react? Because you must get to the top. Amen. And in this life, it's not everybody that will like you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I've had my fair share of rejection. Went to preach in Jos, and I was guest speaker for fundraising to build the church. And then the MC said, well, our guest speaker today, they say he's a doctor. I've never heard him before. The taste of the pudding is in the eating. So he's a new customer. So I have changed from pastor to customer. He said, so ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome him. And I was looking at him with the corner of my eye and smiling. When he gave me my microphone, I said, let's put our hands together for our wonderful MC. When people want you to react, give them the opposite. Nothing shall offend them. Don't let the devil bring out what he shouldn't come out of you. By the time I finished, the medical doctor who came there to help, he said, I came here with 5,000, but listening to this man, I will give you people 25,000. Everybody changed them. The MC carried me on his head with microphone in his mind. He said, everybody, fear God, fear God. Never look down on anybody. When we talk about these things, you are laughing. But when your turn comes, how do you handle it? When they carry your friend and they leave you behind, promotion does not come from the east or from the west. That is your friend's time. Your own time is coming. Celebrate where you are on the way to where you are going. That is what it takes to get to your own proper place. Number 3. The Bible, 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15. Study to show yourself approved. 2 Timothy 2, verse 15. So in between rejection and the top, what do you do? Study. What they say you don't have, you go and equip yourself with it. Is anybody getting what I'm talking? Study to show yourself approved. Study. Study. Nothing replaces studying. It's knowledge in your head. All of you look at me. Learning leads to earning. Where your learning stops, your earning stops. And in this world, I don't want to say bad news. Let me give you a hard news. People only value you because of what you have to offer. The day you don't have to offer and they find somebody else, they will push you aside. So at that point, they were pushing Mark aside. Mark said, wait for me. You will soon look for me. How about a point of it? I said, wait for me. You will soon look for me. And praying and speaking in tongues does not replace studying. The Holy Spirit will only remind you what you have learned. He will not put into you what you haven't learned. We shouldn't deceive ourselves. It's what you have learned that he will do what? Remind you. If not, we should just load the SIM card and inject it inside. Is it load SIM card or whatever? Architect and pharmacists, because the Holy Spirit have loaded. Life doesn't work like that. If your learning stops in primary school, there's equivalent job. Cutting grass. If your learning stops in secondary school, there's equivalent job. Cleaner and messenger. If your learning goes higher, there's equivalent job. I don't like the way you are looking at me. Am I correct? Where your learning stops, there your earning does what? Stop. No witch is to blame. No village witch. And if you are a child of God, no witch from village can stand before you. And in case you say, you don't know my own village, which one lady told me last one, you don't know my village. I say, you also, you don't know my own village. Because every one of us have bad village. And in case you think Africa is dark, look, our own is better than the European and the Western world. Because they have one day that they worship Satan. They call it Halloween day. We never reach that level. So I will never reach that level. So Africa is far better. That's why coronavirus couldn't reach here. We just beat them hands down. Coronavirus is cough and catarrh. You take anti-malaria and antibiotic, you will push it down. Oxygen is not a drug. And as a medical doctor, if you are giving people oxygen, as far as I'm concerned, you are gassing them.
Thank you, sir.
How do they measure the quantity of oxygen that they are taking? Is there a doctor in the house here? Any doctor here? Let me see your hand. Doctor here. We did NMA conference, NMA meeting, annual NMA Doctors Week in Lokoja. We brought a professor from Zaria to come and talk about coronavirus. When you finish, I said, you finish talking about coronavirus, didn't talk about treatment. And I'm going to offer everybody my treatment. If you're going to criticize me, don't criticize me. People can't breathe. Yes. Give them antihistamine, something to open their chest. You are giving them oxygen. Who determines the quantity of oxygen? And when it becomes too much, it becomes overbalanced, then their eye begins to bulge out. It's not coronavirus, it's overgassing of oxygen. As far as I'm concerned, we are all available. And can I tell you something? Yes, I said it in London last week. And there were 3 doctors practicing there who say, we agree with you. And they say they are using anti-malaria to treat, but they say they must never say it. It's a conspiracy. All right. What was I talking about that I went there? Study. No wish anywhere. No wish village is bad. All of us are bad village. All of us. All of us. What? But you know what? Before me in the presence of my enemies. And stop making the devil look like a giant and making Jesus that is in the world. See you at the top. Therefore, study. In your class, study. If you are a business person, study. I'm going to hope that I will touch something. Because before I finish, in your study, we must also study where is the future money. Money of the future, which area? Is it in farming or in playing Ludo? Am I making a point to somebody? Where is the future money? All of us can be pastor. If all of us are pastor, where are the sponsors? If God has not called you, don't call yourself. In your business center, pastor there. In your classroom, pastor there. In your military base, pastor there. Am I making a point to someone? In the market, pastor the traders. God will see you at the top. So in between the rejection and the acceptance, what did he do? He went to study. He went to build himself. The instrument of building is information. Relevant information. Not just any information. Not just because my friend liked this course, I like it. No. Relevant information. If you are a business person, you must know that you don't sell what you like. Yes, am I making a point? Since childhood, I like to sell wares. Since childhood, that is what I like. You are the one who like it. The people who are going to pay, is that what they will like? You sell what people pay for. Yes, not. So you must study behind. Because nowadays, just on handset, people are making money. Just this one. On their laptop, they are making money. Wisdom is profitable to direct. See you at the top. Number 4. Identify your talent, your ability, and your calling, and work on it. One alone is enough to take you to the top. One talent alone. Joseph just stayed with his dream. You know, I told you we can talk of rejection and give you a long list, isn't it? Joseph was rejected by his brethren. They said, here comes a dreamer.